How's it? Today is Monday, December 1st. It is a snatch day, and I did not lift on Saturday because I was sick. My symptoms were just violent sneezing and moderate sore throat, but other than that, it just didn't feel right to go to lift weights or to exercise or to even go out and do anything. So I literally stayed in my apartment. My girlfriend came over. She brought me some pho. It was good. But I also didn't work yesterday because I wasn't sure if I was gonna feel okay. Just how Saturday went, and I work in the mornings on Sunday, so I was like, I'm just gonna text my manager and be like, hey, kind of sick right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come in tomorrow. And it worked out okay. Yesterday, I felt pretty normal. I actually went to the gym to do some cardio, and I felt way better with my kind of sinus pressure and everything. After I just walked on a treadmill, like flat treadmill, no incline for like an hour. That was very helpful. And so today, I'm kind of just using today as like a lighter day to reset in a manner of speaking. It's not light in totality, but it is light with relative respect to last week. Last week was horrible. So this week, trying my best to just pare some things down and be a little bit better. And I think that today was like awesome. Today was a really, 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 my voice just cracked. Today was a really, really great reset. And so for today here, my top set of snatch, push, press plus overhead squat is a 3+1 rather than trying to still push for 3+3. This didn't look super great, but I made the lift and I am able to make the overhead squat, and all of that is great. It is a good sign that I'm still able to do this. But it is a little bit lighter than last week's attempts, and that is kind of what the goal was for today. I actually shifted away from doing block snatches because I don't know. I think I talked a little bit about it last week, but they're just not fun. Like, I feel like making progress is fun, but even when I am able to execute well on the block snatches, the block power snatches, or the block cleans and all these things, it just feels it's not as satisfying as it is with doing some of the hang snatch stuff or like full lifts. Of course, full lifts is the best part. That's why we lift, or that's why I lift, right? Because it feels, it's very satisfying. You feel athletic. You feel like when things move well, it's like, oh dang, that was really good. Um, I think there is one other, a little bit probably more common amongst like normal people, not weightlifters. If you've ever played golf, whenever you pure an iron, it's like when you hit the sweet spot on your irons and it feels like nothing, like zero resistance, and the ball goes straight and all of these things. When it happens. You can hear it. You can definitely feel it with your hands and your body. And that's kind of what happens when you hit a very, very good lift. Um, I'll point it out in the future from these things, but um, yeah, it's like when you pure a lift, there's nothing really else like it. And I'm kind of how do you call it? I'm pursuing that kind of feeling more often. So hang snatches here at 90. We're doing for sets of two, which is like last week I was trying to hang snatch doubles. I think it was at 95, and I wasn't able to make any. So that is, it's really great to lower the weight just a little bit and feel like I'm capable again. And it feels more fun. Like I'm much happier doing this than I am lifting off of the blocks, even if I can lift more off of the blocks. Yeah. Another thing that I've been thinking about lately is these videos are kind of a recap of how I feel, like more or less, how everything's going on in my life. And uh, another way of thinking about it is this is sort of a debrief on what I could have done better, what went well, and all of these things. I mean, that's exactly what a recap is, but a little bit more directed would be a debrief on what the program is feeling like and all of these things. Well, real quick, this is a switch up to the Snatch Romanian deadlifts here. Um, I, I feel like I move well with these. I like these a lot, and yeah, we'll see how far I can get to moving forward with this. But yeah, it feels like I can get a really really great lower leg posterior chain uh, stretch, and it feels good, and it forces me to keep my upper body tight and strong. So yeah, all positive things. But yeah, going back to that debrief thing, I remember when I was in college, I was a part of a performing arts group, and we would end up uh, debriefing every performance. So it would just be like, okay, like what could we have done differently up to the lead up of the performance, the planning of it itself. Like, oh, the rehearsals that we did were a little bit of a waste of time. We rehearsed this wrong for too many times, or whatever it may be, and then we go like, okay, like load in, how was that? Performance itself, load out, and then the debrief itself. You're like, okay, these are the things that we could address X, Y, and Z. Maybe X is perfect the way it is, Y is terrible, and Z could just use a little bit more tweaking, and that's kind of what these are. These videos, have over 1,000 of them, so it's pretty long. Um, yeah, I feel like it's super helpful for me just to see where I was and where I'm going. But yeah, today was just a reset. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.